Good morning, guys, and welcome to Georgia. So, in this video, I'm going to answer a few popular questions in the comments of my previous video about living in Georgia. I asked one main question previously: should you move to Georgia? And I provided you reasons, but today, let's answer your questions from the comments. So, let me open right now the page. So, the first one: is Batumi the next Bali? Well, let me just say probably not. Okay, it really depends on what you're looking for. Batumi does have beaches, a low cost of living, growing expat community is growing very quickly year after year. Now, a lot of people here are Russian speakers, but the English speaking part of this community is growing, I would say, equally as fast. However, it's a smaller portion for today, okay? But it is in fact growing, especially in Tbilisi, which is the capital of Georgia. Now, about the weather, it's not tropical here. It can get pretty cold in winter, but it's not really cold. It's more about that it's rainy, okay? It can get rainy in winter. There's no crazy parties in here, like Indonesia. You definitely do have parties here. It's just not as crazy. So just keep that in mind, okay? Now about the architecture, it's really beautiful. It's a mixture of really old school European and, however funny that sounds, Soviet old school architecture. It does look interesting for sure, especially the old part of town. But Batumi is growing like crazy. So we're living in a part which is brand new. 2 years ago, there was nothing here except just trees and water. Black Sea is right away, by the way, right there. And I'm living here in this beautiful apartment complex with a swimming pool outside. Perhaps I will make your review a little bit later. Okay? But let's keep going. So finishing, finalizing, answering the question. Yes, it's a beautiful place. It's very relaxed. It's not crowded. It's way less crowded than Indonesia. Keep that in mind. I would say it's reasonably cheaper than Bali. And if you love nature, mountains, seaside, well, this place is for you. You can just live, relax, have fun here. It's really not rushing you anywhere. And there's definitely no crowds and crowds and crowds of people pushing you to do something. Let's get going. On to question number two. Let's see. So how much does it really cost to live in Batumi? Okay, guys, I do have a breakdown of my own prices here, but let me just tell you out of the top of my head. Rent in this place is about, let's say, $700 to $1,000. But this is top tier place right next to Black Sea with a swimming pool outside and a beautiful park right nearby. The park is called Lech and Maria Kaczynski Park. Highly recommended place to you. By the way, that was the place you saw in my previous Should You Move to Georgia video, okay? So the rent is about 700 to 1,000 bucks. Now, I don't pay anything extra for utilities. It's all included in this price, but some people do. It depends on your contract. In this complex, it's all included normally, but you can add maybe $100 to most of the typical prices here, and you can definitely live for 500 here a month. Yeah, it's definitely possible, definitely. Now, the one thing which is a little bit expensive is groceries. Okay, so keep that in mind. Prices are higher than in Europe. Now, it does sound weird, but they are higher. All right, just keep that in mind. It's okay, you can still survive, but the prices are higher. And the choice, I would not call it vast. It's okay, it's fine, but it's not like, you're in Germany or Portugal and you can buy whatever you want ever in the world or in the United States. It's a bit more limited here, and the import lots of products out of Russia, out of European part, Turkey, so you can find different languages and boxes as well. But all right, that's one thing to keep in mind, but it's okay. All right. Now, one thing I love is the car prices. If you want to buy yourself a car here, prices are amazing, way better than European prices. They import cars from United States, so you get really good prices. And I mean, tax, the import, the customs tax, right? When they bring the car is very reasonable. So the price is almost the same as American. That's my favorite part. Taxi. Now, I'm not going to be talking about public transportation because you won't need it, I promise. Just take taxis absolutely everywhere, anywhere, 10 times a day, doesn't matter. Taxis here cost pretty much like like buses elsewhere. Really, I would not even keep that as a cost. Like $2, $3 per ride, no problem anywhere you want. That's very affordable. Now there's two apps for taxis. There's Bolt, which I personally don't really use. It's kind of like a Le Garbage a little bit compared to the competition, which is Yandex Go. Now that is a Russian app, but I promise you, just download it, make an account. It's way better than Bolt. The prices are fixed, prices are better, app looks better, easier to understand. So that's my recommendation. Bolt is okay, but not if you have Yandex Go. That would be better in this case. So all the other prices are typical. I don't know what else can you say. Yeah, pretty much. I think I told you the basic rundown. So about $1,500 a month, you will probably spend a high quality, well, good quality life. But that's right about it. Now, question number 3. Okay, is Batumi safe for foreigners? Hmm. Well, short answer, yes, absolutely. It's very safe for foreigners. There are some people who may scam you, but these are not Georgians, these are not locals. Georgian people are amazing, and I think I've never met a Georgian who tried to scam me. Like this is just not in their culture. You may find some gypsies, but I think you know what to do in these circumstances. Police, if you drive a car, you get stopped by police, you should not be concerned. It's gonna be okay. They are known for not taking bribes. It's okay. Just get your fine. Fines are really, by the way, answering the previous question about affordability. Fines for driving, for breaking driving rules are very, very affordable. You know, if you go on a red light, some things to me sounds horrible, but if you do it here, it's just a little fine. For example, go on red light, you don't give way to pedestrian, you park incorrectly. Yeah, you get a fine, but it's pretty much like just you can just pay for it. Some many people I know they consider these fines as just pay for use, pay for the opportunity to do what you want. Um, yeah, fines are good here, so don't be afraid of that. Now, safety is good. If you are a woman, you go outside at night, walk in the park, it's not a problem. Now, look, Georgian people, Georgian men, they are rather brutal looking. They have black hair, they're usually very masculine, they have beards. They may look slightly intimidating, but most of the time they're not. Yeah, they look strong, but I've never seen anyone using actually the strength against someone. So this is not something they do. So culturally, Georgians are gorgeous, gorgeous nation. I promise you. So safety, not a concern. Okay, moving on. Let me just see, make sure that this is recording. I'm recording on my Mac on my webcam. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want to make a video, but I don't want to use this and set it up. So tell me if the quality is garbage, is it as absolutely unwatchable. I will probably use my phone next time. But anyway, let me know. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Question number 4. So, why Batumi called the Las Vegas of the Black Sea? I think the answer here is in the question. Right next to me, to my right, literally 5 minutes walking. I walk by this building every single day when I walk my dog. You have Grand Bellagio Casino. It's a gorgeous, beautiful complex. You can get inside and lose yourself for a week. You also have Eclipse Casinos, right? Well, just keep going, right? Basically, 10 minutes walking. And there's one more, I forgot the other name, Mandarin, Mandalorian, something like that. If you like to play, if you are a player, you can definitely enjoy yourself here. You can win a whole bunch of money, I guess. You can lose a whole bunch of money. Yeah, they have casinos. Now, number one category of people who go there are low Turkish people because there's a border with Turkey right there, pretty much like 30 minutes driving. In Turkey, it's illegal. Here, it's legal, so lots of them come here and they play casinos. Now, about 2 months ago, I go outside to walk my dog as normal. And I go usually through the parking lot of this casino to cross the road. And the parking lot is filled with Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Maybachs, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. And I'm like, oh my God. I checked the number plates. Most of them are European, like Bulgarian, Romanian, German. So answering the question why it's called the Las Vegas of Bexley. Lots of people come here. I have a feeling there was some sort of championship, the casino championship, so they came over here to play. I don't know. Lots of people, some big proper money, come here to play, to use them. So and that brings us to our next question. Actually, this question was not here in my list, but the business here, all right? It's extremely easy to register your business in Georgia. You can register yourself as individual entrepreneur, and for most categories of business you will be doing, you'll be paying 1%. Now, let me be specific. If you are in IT industry, that is definitely 1%, okay? Is pretty much nothing, and you're fully legal here. You can live here, you can buy, sell, do whatever you want. And speaking of businesses, as I said again, lots of people with money come here to play, so you can build a number of businesses around it. Absolutely. Interestingly, every single day I go to a coffee shop, I cut my hair, I go to veterinarian because I have a poodle, as you saw in my previous video. Every single business I touch here is an expat business. It's not local. I don't remember last time even I've been to a local business because there's so many expat businesses, so the atmosphere is very welcoming for you to do something here. A friend of mine has a flower shop. Another friend of mine has a real estate agency. So yeah, all of them are thriving here, doing a great job. Now, investment, real estate, probably I'll put this into the next video. Okay, we can talk about it differently, but I have my thoughts. So, in my opinion, this country definitely worth investing into, but you got to be careful because just like anywhere, this place is growing so fast. You have good developers and you have not so good developers who are kind of going bankrupt and freezing their constructions. Friend of mine, he lives in one of the best places here. He bought two apartments. One of them was finished. Cube, that place called. Maybe I'll show you a video of that. I'll put here. But the other one was not finished. He bought like 13th floor. They built three, and they were supposed to finish the building a year ago. So, but he's quite confident right now that he can sue them for get money back. Now, I had exactly the same situation a few years ago in a different country. I can talk about it later. For me, this is too much nerves. Yeah, I got my money back, but oh my God, that was just too much, frankly. Now, if you want to invest in Georgia, let me know in the comments, okay? Maybe write down your questions, which you have, because I do have some experience I can share with you, all right? That's important. So it's important who you work with here. Okay, final question for today. Should you move to Batumi? Well, there's a few things to consider, okay? I guess it depends what you want. So let's make a sum up. Right, let's sum up our previous talk, our previous conversations. So the pros, I put it here. If you don't mind, I'll be reading a little bit. So number one, cheap cost of living. That's definitely much more affordable than Portugal or Spain here, especially rent and cars. Now, beautiful, gorgeous nature. This goes without saying, and Georgia is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. So, yes, nature is gorgeous. Mountains, ski resorts, hiking, whatever you want. Friendly locals, I told you, I love Georgian people. They are my friends. I love them again. I don't know. It's just, you come to this country and you feel right at home. Something I cannot say about Turkey, for example. But Georgians, love them. All right, so easy visa policy. Yes, it's very easy to get a visa to Georgia. For a number of countries, you don't need visa at all. You just come here, you can stay up to a year. And if you buy real estate, you can get permanent residence, or I'm sorry, temporary residence card. Yeah, that's doable. It's easy. In fact, Batumi, my opinion, is not like Bali we talked earlier about. It's more like Dubai 20, 25 years ago. It's on the rise. They are focused on business. They're focused on tourism. They're trying to make country nice and comfortable. But let me say it again. It's not Dubai. Not even close. Not yet. But the prices here reflect that. So if you want to come in early, if you have confidence in the place, which I do, now there are some concerns, but I do mostly have confidence in the place, then yes, prices are right to get in right now in the market. Now, those were the pros. The cons, the weather can be unpredictable, but I mean, look, winter season here, which I'm spending right now, I think it's February, so it can get rainy. I mean, it's a few days of rain and then a few weeks of sunshine. So once you get outside, the sun is shining. Oh my God, it's great. It's worth the rainy days to enjoy the sunshine, the beauty of living in Batumi, right next to Black Sea. Now, winter's rainy, I told you about that. Bureaucracy can be slow. Look, yeah, I mean, it can be slow in certain parts of it. If you're suing someone, a friend of mine, he popped two, maybe even three tires on his car because here they put, so they have a barrier for parking lots or for certain streets, but on top of that, they have the spikes. Like, dude, if you've been to Istanbul, Turkey, you know what I'm talking about. Like, for me, this is excessive. Like, why would you do that? But they put them, and even if you go correctly, like the correct way, you just push them in and they go in and you don't do any damage to tires. Sometimes they're not maintained, these spikes. And they can still break your tires, especially if it's like a sharp turn to the left or right after you cross them, which is quite often here. So a friend of mine popped three tires doing that. And I think it's been 1.5 years. He's still suing them for damages. Now, yeah, right. Just I mean, look, don't own, rent. Speaking of cars, for example, right? So don't be on the side which is suing, be on the side which is being sued to, you're going to be winning in this case. Now, it sounds weird. I can get into more depth about it later, right? Moving on. English isn't widely spoken outside of tourist areas. Well, look, you come to Tbilisi, the capital, English is spoken widely everywhere. Lots of expats, lots of people, and lots of amazing people speaking English because, like in Thailand, I spent some time living in Thailand before. If someone's speaking English, it means they're really good, proper, successful. Well, it doesn't mean people who don't speak English are not, but generally, among locals, people who learn English, they're really good, and it's amazing to be friends with them. So I don't consider this a problem, but I don't know. Yeah, well, some people will not be speaking English. Just use Google Translate. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Now, that's pretty much what it says. So if you're a digital nomad, if you work online, if you're a retiree, if you just want to enjoy a nice, comfortable life, then especially Batumi is your place. Now, Tbilisi is a bit more for younger audience, I would say. Now, if you're looking for European vibes, but for cheaper, you will find them here in Georgia. Now, my favorite is Batumi because I like the compactness of the city. I like the nature. I like the Black Sea. And I don't need a big city, for my lifestyle. I'm not doing business here per se, doing some, but it's online. Yeah, that's all I can say. Again, this is not a fast-paced place, but Tbilisi is faster. So if you're younger, go to Tbilisi. If you're older, go to Batumi. Or if you're older in your mind, like me, if you like comfort and just beauty, then it's Batumi. So I think I'm done with the questions. Thank you guys so much for listening. Now, in the comments, drop me all the other questions you may have about the place, about relocation, renting, prices, I don't know, investing. I want to make a video about investing, maybe compare Georgia to Emirates, Batumi to Dubai. We're going to talk about it later. But for now, thank you so much. You go have a gorgeous, beautiful day yourself. And if you don't mind, follow me, subscribe to me. I'm going to be super grateful to you. And talk to you later, alligator. Bye bye.
Leave it. Leave it. Yes, good job.